recording video. Oh, give me 1 second for audio. All right, recording audio. Starting your stream. Okay, you in a second. All right, guys, you're gonna take it away in 3, 2, 1.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey! We all have the coronavirus! Just kidding.
JK.
I'm HollywoodLian. It's my favorite day of the week. Welcome to It's Bravo Bitch, my show with HollywoodLian. In the studio today, Chelsea Stark Jones.
Yay!
My girl.
You gave me an Oprah intro. Chelsea
Yes,
Stark Jones.
Chelsea Stark Jones.
Love it.
And she's coronavirus free.
Yes. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so glad you're here.
So happy I have time. I'm not working. I'm here.
Okay, if you guys have been watching us for a long time, you'll know that me and Chelsea, we've done Real Houses of New York City for like years. Like, she's a full-blown fan. I'm so glad you're here.
Bravo fanatic. Love talking Bravo all the time, especially with you.
It's gonna be such a good show.
So happy. Let's do it.
Let's do it. We jump into our gold stars of the day, which is kind of like our Mazel, our Wendy's Hot Topics, the cool stuff of the day. And I want to just start off with the coronavirus, y'all. Bethenny Frankel's gonna save us from the coronavirus.
I mean, be strong.
Be strong. Oh my God. It's such a good foundation.
It really is. And
They've helped people all over the world.
yeah, and it's nice to see that she could have, like, legitimately apply it to almost anything. Like,
Anything.
I was so surprised when I saw that she was taking initiative with this and like, oh yeah, like people do need survival kits.
I'm not really surprised. I mean, this is her coming back from her second tour in Australia, helping out the wildfires, the tornadoes in Tennessee. And now she's going to help us get some relief from this anxiety-producing virus we're calling corona. I think this is insane, but I'm really happy that we have Bethenny on our side. She's going to help the people of New York. She's going to get them sanitation kits, testing kits. She's going to help out public schools, keep them open longer for shelter, for people who don't have any shelter at night. I think this is fabulous. She's such a good philanthropist.
Yeah, she really is. And I mean, everything in this kit is so essential. Like, finding hand sanitizer nowadays is literally so hard.
$80 on Amazon.
Pro tip, gas stations have tons of it. So I went to Target, I went to CVS, I went to Walgreens, no hand sanitizer. I went to the gas station,
Girl.
Plenty. So
well,
hit
even
up
if
those gas
like
stations.
even if you're like not giving in and not buying everything, now you have to.
Yeah.
Because everyone's gone and bought everything out of stock. There's no toilet paper
Seriously.
anywhere.
I mean, yeah, it's really ridiculous, and it's. I mean, I have my own thoughts on coronavirus.
Yeah.
I really don't think we need to be taking it like so like intensely.
Yeah.
Take your precautions. Wash your hands, like you should always be doing.
Wash your hands, dirty.
And like just keep living your life. Don't go out. The best thing is, you really have an excuse to stay home when
And
you
watch
have like
Bravo!
a little cough. Like, oh, my throat's a little itchy. I'm gonna stay home. Like, that's the best part.
Exactly. I have a little itch. I'm going to stay home and watch It's Bravo Bitch all day long because we're available on Apple, Spotify, Podcast One. Check out all the platforms, darling.
Yes.
I have a couple tweets from Bethenny. We could just skim through them.
Yeah.
It's basically just saying that she's going to help out, the hydration systems, which means the water systems, hand gel, the testing, like we said. Sanitation is a luxury, especially with this price gouging.
Yeah.
So Bethenny addresses everything. So we're really happy for her. Go Bethenny.
Go B.
I want to talk about New York City real quick. It's coming up very soon.
I know.
Did you like the trailer?
I did like the trailer. It's giving me Lots of laughs, per
Yes.
usual. And then the drama, like, they always bring the drama. Even
They're
when
the
you think they're, like, a
best.
pretty cohesive unit. Like, especially because we were worried, like, without Bethenny, like, how are they going to, you know. But, I mean, Dorinda, Luann drinking again. I knew it, by the way. I'm sorry. But, like...
I know, we've been talking about this forever. Like we said, we were on a New York panel together. And you know me, all about Luann. And Chelsea, not about
I was
Luann.
not buying it. I wasn't buying it then. I knew she was going to go back to drinking. I knew this was only temporary for the courts. Like, and there's no issue with that. But, like, they'll be like, oh, yes, I'm sober now.
We
like,
all love drinking.
Yes. Own it. Lisa Rinna, own it, honey.
Well, New York is set to come back, and it's going to give us a really good run for our money. New York City is my favorite franchise of all time. Everybody knows. And Countess Luann has already given us a warning. First episode should be interesting.
Ooh.
I don't know what that means. But I just want to do a little shout out to someone that I met on Twitter over the last week. I have been literally stalking his Twitter. I just want to do a quick shout out to Maddie Caps on Twitter because honestly, I've been taking content from his Twitter account all week. And like we have a full-blown Bravo show for you guys. I've been doing memes all week.
Love that.
And I just found out, we heard this on season 1 of New York, but as always, it just got like kind of set in the back burner. I think we all forgot about it. Did you know that Tinsley was on Gossip Girl?
Okay, I knew of it, but like every time I heard someone say it, I was like, what was she doing on Gossip? Like, what was her role?
It was a small little co-star. Thank you, Maddie Caps, for the photo. So I just want to pull it up now. It's here, right here. And it says, Jenny, this is Tinsley Mortar, a friend of Mom's. So she's playing herself.
Played herself.
She
was
New York
that
socialite.
high profile that they didn't give her another name. Played herself. Wow.
And look, she has like the little curl. Remember she said like her curls were her signature.
Looks exactly the same.
Y'all have known, because, and Chelsea knows too, because we were on the New York panel together, like we've said for the 3rd time. That's our drinking game for tonight. Tinsley has not always been high on my radar, but she's really grown on me. And I really do feel like now that she's going to be leaving, I'm like, no, don't leave. You don't got what you got till it's gone.
I think she just provided a really good balance for the show. And again, we both weren't team Tinsley, but like you do need that kind of like subtlety, the dryness, like to kind of balance out these crazy women in New York. Dale is iconic.
The Scott drama.
Yes. I mean, yes. I'm happy she's going to be engaged. I really hope they do a Real Housewives of Chicago spinoff and like
something
leading her into it. Because, Salt Lake, what you thought? Really quick.
Oh,
sidebar.
Salt Lake. I can't wait for the Mormons. I love Salt Lake City. I love Mormons. I love Bravo. So put it all together.
Okay. We haven't talked in a long time, so I had to get your
No,
your
I'm
take on
totally
that.
okay with it. Anything that's on your mind, pop it up because that's what we're doing here.
Yes.
We're going to break it down for you guys. We have a fully loaded show. Make sure to stick with us. We still have so many things to talk about. Subscribe to more of our channels. Shout it out. Shout it out that you're listening to us. I love all the messages. Thank you so much for supporting It's Bravo, Bitch. It's growing. It's growing.
Yeah.
And I can announce I have confirmed a huge Bravo star from Shahs. I don't want to say who yet.
Okay, you don't have to.
2 weeks, baby. 2 Wednesdays from now. There's going to be a big Bravo star
there's
here.
So much Shahs drama.
I know.
Oh, you're going to get to all of it. I love that.
But you know what I want to just say really quickly about Shahs is like the Adam and Reza and the MJ thing is the really big meat of the situation. Everything else is kind of on the back burner to me. So what? Destiny slept with that freaking hot Justin Timberlake Persian lookalike dude. She doesn't need to ask permission from anybody, especially Sarah. Sorry, boo, I banged your brother.
Yeah, I mean,
people have banged that people were mad about.
The MJ Reza drama is definitely at the forefront, and it's really the only focus of like why I'm tuning in because I wasn't even a big Shahs fan until all this stuff happened, and I have to say, I'm Team MJ.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, everyone knows how I feel about Reza. I love him. I think he's sexy. He's a big hairy daddy, but I do feel like he really like goes for the jugular.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking about this. We'll be getting into this. But for now, I just want to let you guys know, why does everybody have a podcast? I'm sorry. Okay, look, I'm happy for everyone, but y'all, like, we all can have podcasts. Who's going to listen to us if we're all doing our own podcasts?
I mean, I just have to say, I subscribe to, like, so many, so I think there's room for everybody.
There's room for everybody. So I want to call this little segment Podcast Paula. because there's no media for this, JLo, but I just want to talk about some quick podcasts real quick. I listened to Whoopi's.
I was like, Whoopi got a podcast?
Vicky's podcast.
Oh, how is
Whoop
it?
It Up with Vicky.
Is it good?
Here's the thing about it.
Yeah.
I only listened to the very last episode. She has 3 episodes so far, and I listened to the very last one. Apparently, the first 2, she was talking about storyboards and how Bravo approached her with the new show, and she turned it down. To me, it all seems like fluff, and it seems like lies to me. Sorry, Vicky. And then the 3rd episode, the one I actually listened to, she talked about the reunion the entire time, about how she's not over it, and how she was supposed to be on 80% of the time, and they kept her in here.
Who cares?
Thank you.
I'm sorry, but like Vicky on the reunion was a disaster and a half. Did not need
I literally
any of
have
it.
who cares on my notes.
Yes, like get over it.
Thank you. Let's move on. Why are we still talking about this?
The entitlement of these women at times, like I get it. You started this, like you were.
That's what she said literally a million times on her podcast.
You were the first housewife. Totally grand. Love it. Good for you. Cheerio.
She starts by saying, I was the first one before Potomac, DC. Like, she literally names all of them.
Also, we know.
Like, we know, girl.
we know your resume.
But here's the thing about it, though. Like, she just talked about stuff that doesn't seem very important to me. Stuff we already know, we already saw. She said she was going to be on 80% of the reunion. Then they cut her to leave early, so she was mad about that and created a huge fuss. She was like, I was in hair and makeup for 6 to 7 hours.
You needed it.
Girl, that is normal. Being on set for 6, 7 hours in hair and makeup. Girl, I've been on set for 20 hours and they still haven't used me. Like, you're in a trailer, you're being fed, you're with your boyfriend, Mr. Lodge. Like, I don't know what you're bitching about, and I really don't care. This is what your podcast is about? The reunion?
Yeah, which was
oh my God, we are moving
on.
Moving on to another podcast that really isn't that good as well. Give Them Lala.
Oh, I actually enjoy Give Them Lala with Randall.
Okay, so I didn't...
You're the devil, I'm the angel. Like, we're like a little shoulder.
You know me, I'm just a bitch. I'm the Bravo bitch. So I just gotta make it bitchy, you know?
Okay.
I'm glad that Randall and Lala are doing something together. They're probably bored at home. So what else are they gonna do?
Oh gosh, I can't wait till we dive into Vanderpump. I actually really like this podcast because you get to see and understand their relationship a little bit more.
Which is what?
And just get their dynamic. Like, I love their banter with one another. Like, we all knew Randall as Lala's man for the first, 3 seasons that they were together, however long. And so to finally put a face to the name, having him on the show, to hear them together speaking on a weekly basis, like, we kind of have like a more in-depth look on what the relationship looks like. Like, we know Tom and Katie, we know Stassi and Beau.
Yeah.
Like, now we...
Unfortunately. Okay, well, to respond to that, like, I get it, but here's the thing. I just found out about the Give Them Lala podcast. She posted 2 clips on her Instagram today. This is what I took out of it. James reveals that people bring him pasta and tomato sauce at his gigs. Okay, like, it's funny, but is it groundbreaking? No. Like, florals for spring? Groundbreaking. Like, this is what we're talking about. She's, like, posting that James, like, they bring him pasta and tomato sauce. Like, haha, funny, love the fans. Is it really all about the pasta? I guess it is. And he also reveals he loves to sleep on planes. He's trained himself. Like, okay, like, where's the meat of the situation?
Okay,
Can we get to, like, your alcoholism, the fake relationships, the non-fake relationships, the sex?
I will say... I haven't listened to the James Kennedy episode yet because it just came out. But the other, she had Stassi, she had Katie, and
is there some meat in there?
Yeah, they're actually really good interviews, and you get a little, especially her and Katie's. And she also had Brittany and Jax, which was also good. But with Katie, they talk about how their past was so like tumultuous to begin with, and how they kept like arguing, and how they kind of worked their way to where they are now.
Well, Lala was...
I like the BTS.
Yeah.
Especially with, like, Stassi's.
She's like, Katie, come on and explain yourself why you were so judgmental to me the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, and they talk about it.
Well, good.
And, like, you know, so I like the Vanderpump podcast just because I'm so obsessed with the show. It gives you, like, a look behind the curtain.
I'm just kind of over Vanderpump. We're going to get into it deeply, but I want to move on to the next one. Candy Counted Nights, her channel, her little podcast on YouTube, responding to everything, including NeNe calling her fake.
Ooh.
and talking about NeNe's friends, that none of them are real, just famous ones. She only posts like famous friends on Instagram, Tamar, Wendy, and that she does play the victim for attention.
Oh, I totally agree with that. So wait, Candy actually spills some tea, because I've seen her YouTube channel and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to click on it, but she's actually like giving us some dirt.
The last couple episodes she has been.
I will be watching. Yeah, you know, NeNe brings the drama. NeNe is very Vicki Gunvalson-esque of Atlanta, where she's kind of getting too big for her britches, I believe. But I mean, NeNe was also on a podcast recently talking about how she's the only housewife that has multiple things going on. And I was like, and she particularly was like, yeah, Candy doesn't have, like, I have more things going on. And I'm like, Candy is a writer.
Yeah.
She is an actress. She is a singer. She has, I don't know how many OLG restaurants.
Haven't we known NeNe long enough to see right through this, though?
Oh,
she's just mad.
Sure. She's just very mad. But it's just like,
she's mad. She's going for it. She's literally like on a press tour right now.
Oh yeah, however, are we diving into Atlanta a little bit
Let's just move on to, let's go into NeNe, since we're talking about Candy. She reveals on a podcast, NeNe did, that she found out that Greg was FaceTiming with a woman named Juanita.
Ooh, Juanita.
I like it too much. So this was interesting. He said he was just talking to her and that nothing happened, and that he was talking to her because you weren't talking to me. So that was really interesting. You know, NeNe has been at the forefront of this new drama with Kenya.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opinions there. But the thing that I'm liking about NeNe at this particular moment right now is that even though it's an apology tour, she knows that I need to get back in with everyone. I can't be on the island by myself.
Yeah.
I need to play with these women.
Otherwise, I won't be fitting my way on the show.
Exactly, and that's what Vicki didn't do. She couldn't come back and have any accountability.
Yeah.
And NeNe is not the queen of accountability. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But she is trying, y'all. She's trying. She tried with Kenya.
She did try with Kenya. And what I could say also is I do appreciate her transparency.
Yeah.
She doesn't pretend like her and Greg have like the perfect marriage. She acknowledges their ups and downs and stuff like that, especially throughout his whole cancer battle. So I do appreciate her transparency. And I also read something, or maybe, she tweeted, I think, Kenya going for other people's relationships and marriages,
all the
yet
time.
wanting the sympathy when something's going on in her life. It's like, it's just not fair. And NeNe was willing to give that to her.
Exactly. That's what I liked about NeNe.
Yeah. You know, so it's just like, and I totally forgot when Kenya said Portia was Cordell's beard. She came for Phaedra and Apollo. And then
Tanya
and Paul this season. Well, all the while, you have a mess going
Your
on at
own
home.
cookie lady.
Yeah. So, God. And with the cookie lady,
That's what I'm trying to say, though. Like, I feel like NeNe is bad, don't get me wrong, but she's also good, and when she's good, she's good. And the press tour, she's just responding to what's happening out there. So what? She threw a little shade at Candy, called her fake. It wasn't so deep that Candy was on her YouTube channel going, oh, she called me fake. She was like, please, girl, I ain't even fake. Come on. Like, she's like, I could reach out to her because she said she wanted to be on my show, but I'm going to wait till this plays out on the reunion in a couple weeks. The reunion is taping either next week or in a couple weeks, so we're going to get a full circle moment from this.
And I think, too, with someone like Candy who really understands the dynamics of the show, like, NeNe calling her fake, she knows what that is.
Exactly.
You know, like,
she's just throwing shade, responding. I have a photo of Greg and NeNe I want to pull up real quick. It's just basically, just rounding out the situation. What do you guys think about Greg FaceTiming with another woman? Like, this isn't as bad as finding text messages like Kenya and Mark about, keep the sex going. But this isn't appropriate as well. So I just want to skim this and then move on to the next photo because I know there's a lot of drama on Atlanta, but let me just tell you, Eva's not pregnant anymore, and she's hanging out with Candy and Kenya, and they're looking fierce. So I have this picture right here for you guys.
Can we talk about this relationship really quickly? The whole Kenya and Eva thing. When did they bridge their...
Thank you. I'm like, don't y'all hate each other?
Kenya showing up to the baby shower. I'm like, when did this become okay? Did I miss something? Or
no.
Just articulate
the baby shower,
why they're
it didn't go really well. It did not go well.
For Kenya to even show up, like, she returned Eva's doll. Like, that she gifted her. So, like, I'm sorry, like, when did you guys, like... become one with one another, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying, and I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, I just like maybe there's a deleted scene that we just didn't get. Like,
well, people have been saying there are some deleted scenes. Like, where's the scene with NeNe telling Greg, how do you feel about open relationships? Like, there's just scenes missing.
Yeah, that relationship just isn't connecting the dots for me. That's all.
So we are going to be diving into Atlanta. I'm doing the after show. We'll be talking about this next week. Diving in when I get more details. I want to move on and dive into our new show that's on Bravo, showcasing an Indian American family called Family Karma. This is great.
Yeah.
I had Steve from the Faces of Bravo Instagram account in here, and he talked about how they had this show premiere at BravoCon.
Oh, really?
So people have been excited about this for a minute. It was just called something different.
Oh.
I think it was called like A Little Less Indian or something. It was
working title.
it was a working title. You know how Bravo is.
Yeah.
They always have a couple titles that never work out.
Yeah.
But before I get into Family Karma, I just want to say I really hope this isn't another Mexican Dynasties, because we need this, you guys. We need the diversity on Bravo. I want to see a Hispanic Mexican family on TV. I want to see a Central American family, a Salvadorian family. But we'll take what we can get. So I'm happy to showcase this Indian American family, Family Karma. Let's talk about the show. So there's only been one episode so far.
You know, I haven't seen it, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. In college, I had a really close friend that was Punjabi, and I definitely see like flashes of her and some of the trailers that they've been showing, and just like the dynamic of like Indian mothers. Like, I was really close with her mom, but just like, and all the little aunties and stuff like that. Like,
they're all in this.
It's very, very like, I'm looking forward to watch it just because I was so close to it in college, and even after college. Her 21st birthday was like all like, it was an Indian party, and her wedding was an Indian wedding, and she married a non-Indian guy, and like
really?
So it's like, I'm really excited to see this show.
That's awesome, and we're gonna see all of this on this show. I'm telling you, the aunts, the aunties, the moms, everything that Chelsea just said, it's happening on the show, and they're running the show.
And they're a beautiful cast too.
They
There's nothing better than seeing beautiful people on TV.
Well,
that's why we're here.
It gets us into our next segment, the thirst trap. I want to just talk about the boys of Family Karma. Let's start with Amrit right there, or Brian, whichever one. Let's start with the boys of Family Karma. This is Brian, obviously
very cute,
very attractive, and I love that they're like constantly breaking the fourth wall on this show. Like, the girl that he's really good friends with, Monica, she was feeding the cameraman, breaking the fourth wall. She was like, I'm making this, like, let me know if it tastes good. And he's like, it tastes good. Like, I'm jealous. I want to try some Indian food. Can y'all invite me over?
It's so good.
But they don't live here. They live in Miami.
Oh, fascinating.
The 305. Welcome to Miami.
The sole focus of the show is in Miami.
Bienvenido a Miami.
Exactly. Yes, the sole focus is their family, the relationships. A lot of them are engaged. A lot of them are wanting to be engaged or running away from commitment. It's a full rounded cast.
And we get the parents too,
We get the parents, and we have a gay character too as well.
Okay.
Let's pull up his photo. His name is Amrit, and he has abs. So obviously he's tall and attractive. And we're feeling him.
Yeah, I like the style.
He does like the white boys. He has a little white boyfriend, which I kind of like that he has a non-Indian boyfriend. I think it just makes all the diversity come together.
I mean, and it just really opens your eyes to different cultures, which I do think is needed, especially in reality TV.
I know. I'm glad that we're showcasing this kind of challenge, because even like the mom said, they asked her, how do you feel about when your son came out? And she said, I was shattered.
Yeah.
You know, and I used to fight with God and ask him why he challenged me like this, and I still fight with him. And it was like getting kind of tense, and she's like, but now I just tell him thank you because I love my son no matter what. So it's like there's like a full circle moment there, and I'm glad to see it. We need these kind of perspectives on TV, because there's somebody out there that lives in the middle of nowhere that's dealing with this, that needs to see themselves on TV, whether it's a gay person, an Indian person, a transgendered person, someone that's going through the struggle, or someone that's been inspired, like, I want to move to LA and be a host or something. Like, you know,
representation matters.
We all need to see it. Representation absolutely matters. There is let's see. The mom says she was shattered. Yeah, it's a pretty good dynamic. A lot of the aunts are very gossipy, so it's going to be fabulous to see. They're very involved in their children's lives. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it too.
This is going to be good. Make sure to tune into It's Bravo Bitch every Wednesday. We'll be talking about family karma. There's only been one episode. So there's really not much to dive into. The grandpa is like a cartoon character.
Yeah, you could watch one. You'll be caught up by next Wednesday.
Exactly. He is like a cartoon character. He was cracking me up. Who else did I really like from the show? The girls are so cute. All the girls are attractive. I really like how they give all their men shit. Like she was telling one of them to grow some balls because he's really feminine.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know he's feminine and he shaves his whole body and he has abs and like, yeah, but I know what I'm getting myself into. And we're all like, thank God, girl, because I know we see it, but we're hoping you see it. And she's like, no, I see it. He's really feminine. So I'm really liking this. Family karma.
Yay.
Speaking of karma, I want to get into
segue.
this. I want to just bring up a tweet that we're going to read together. And then we can dissect it and go into the Jersey reunion because this tweet gave me so much perspective, Chelsea.
I feel like we're on totally opposite sides of the aisle with this conversation, so I'm looking forward to digging my nails
Let's
in.
jump into Real Housewives of New Jersey. Can we zoom in a tiny bit? And it says, thank you, Will Belch. Bechtel on Twitter. Bechtel on Twitter, Will Bechtel. Imagine being Teresa and you land a spot on a reality show. And then you single-handedly make it iconic. You know, the table flip. Then to have your sister-in-law ride your coattails and beg to get on the same show and then trash you for 8 years while you go through the toughest times in your life. Clearly, I responded. I was like, wow, this, because like, this is really New Jersey down to a T. If you really break it down, if we were in college right now, this would be the thesis to my essay of New Jersey to what is New Jersey to what New Jersey has become.
Okay, so a couple things I want to counter with your thesis.
Let's go.
Melissa begging to be on the show. The producers came to her and approached her about being on the show. So we can't necessarily say she was begging to be on the show.
But it did create a problem because she didn't let Teresa know. So therefore it's sneaky. So therefore I don't know if they asked you. How do I know that?
But again,
because you were sneaky, you weren't honest about it.
And what we've known this too with like the whole Michael Strahan and Kelly Ripa thing is the producers told her, don't say anything until we finalize the contract. So, which was like the whole Kelly and Michael incident was like he just like ghosted and was like bye. She was blindsided by it. So if that is what happened and the producers came to her and said we can't, like, don't talk to any cast members about this, don't talk to relatives or anyone about this until things are finalized, I could understand why she, like, I understand Teresa feeling backstabbed by it, but then you also have to realize the business behind it.
Well, it makes sense because they all blew up at the christening, the very first episode.
So, like, I get it. Second,
you have been riding her coattails. Don't even try it. Teresa flipped the table. Like, do we have an iconic moment with Melissa flipping anything? No, like, there's no iconic Melissa moment.
I live for a Melissa Gorga. I really like her. I understand her storylines have been a little bit flimsy as of late. I get it. I totally understand. But she's likable to me. Like, I don't know what it is. I like her husband.
Yeah.
And I also just think, like, I don't think Melissa was going for her. She definitely wasn't going for her when the whole Joe prison stuff was going on.
No, but now the truth is coming out. Now the truth is coming out. She's slowly letting out
her feelings about Joe.
Yes.
I mean, do we not all think that about Joe?
No, we all do, but I just feel like, you know how it is with Teresa. She's all about loyalty.
Sure.
It's very simple with Teresa. Like, you don't have to even know 5 + 5 with Teresa.
I don't.
But if you know that 5 + 5 equals family, you're good.
I don't think that Joe and Melissa would be saying these things about Joe if Teresa wasn't okay with it. I really don't. Because I don't think they want to go back to the relationship
Melissa
that they had
is really
previously.
stepping on her boundaries, calling her ignorant, saying that you say stupid shit. I saw that in the trailer of the reunion. She's like, you say a lot of stupid shit. I would be like, you know what, girl? Shut up on display.
Okay, and also, like, by the way...
on display. Okay, no, don't get me wrong. I like Melissa and Joe as a couple. I love Tarzan. Like, I love that. You know what I mean? But don't get me wrong. I am the Bravo bitch, and eventually I got to give you shit. You know what I mean? Everyone takes a turn.
Everyone takes a turn. I got to say, I met Joe and Melissa both in Miami during Super Bowl week.
How was that?
I wish I wasn't as intoxicated as I was.
They were like, get away from us, drunk girl.
Yeah, Melissa was definitely like, I'm like, Melissa, I love drunk Melissa. She's like, I'm not drunk right now. I was like, okay, but I still love. And it was like a whole mess. Ubers were getting out. But Joe was like, can I please get a picture? And Joe was like, of course. We're in the middle of the street in Miami with like traffic and cars and everything. My boyfriend, who hates all things Bravo, like begrudgingly took the picture of the three of us. And I was just like, Joe is perfect for the show.
Why didn't you send it in? We could have pulled it up on the show right now.
I mean, it's a really unflattering photo of Melissa. She was like fixing her eyelash mid, and that's why I was like, my boyfriend, like, you couldn't wait 5 seconds for her to like get her shit together.
Why are guys like so bad at taking pictures?
Joe looks great and I look great, and Melissa's like, I'm like, come on, Dustin. Like, let's be
real.
Totally messed it up. But no, I mean, I think Joe and Melissa are great additions to the show. I understand why Teresa felt betrayed by it in the beginning, but like, get over it.
How do you feel about Teresa telling Margaret or telling Danielle, pull Margaret's hair?
Yeah, that was messed up. And see, this is the thing that I've been feeling about Teresa for, I mean, again, all the OGs of each franchise, especially like the original ones, Dallas, Potomac, not really because they're newer, you know, have been out of line, and they see their behavior as something that could be dismissed just because they started it, you know? And it's like, you shouldn't have done it. And like her being mad that the producers used it too.
Oh, whatever. I didn't care about that. I'm like, be mad, girl. They're going to use it.
I mean, but that's what bothers me is they think that they have this protection because they've been around for so long.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, no, you're not entitled to the same, like, you know, like you guys are all on the show together. And if Margaret told, you know, Melissa to do the same thing to you, it would be used. So, like, just because you started this doesn't mean that you're excused from this bad behavior.
How do you feel about Margaret pouring the water on Danielle?
You know, I honestly had no issue with it. And I know people keep saying, like, she instigated it. I'm like, guys, it's water.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying, too. Like, I know it's bad, but it's water at the same time. Like, that doesn't mean throw water on me.
If we're looking at the whole argument from, like, and not just those two isolated events, Danielle continuously got in Margaret's face.
And was body checking her. Body checking her.
Low
That's assault in my opinion.
Yes. And Margaret didn't do anything when she body checked her. And once she said you have saggy titties, like, I saw that would have got me lit too.
Don't talk about my titties. Don't talk. She's like, your titties have been written more than Seattle's flu or something like that.
That gets a water pour. I'm sorry, but no. And then also when they're like, you threw wine on her. Yeah, because she came after my kids. Like, anybody in that situation.
And she was foaming at the mouth during that time. She was like, your kids! You don't know that. I'm like, oh, girl, you need to calm down. I don't throw wine on you.
And it's just like and this is the thing with Teresa too, where it's like, I feel so bad for her because of everything that she is going through with the girls, with Joe. Like, it's horrible.
Oh my God, I hope someone has checked on Joe with the coronavirus. Oh, that's right, we did. He said that Viagra kills more people than coronavirus. Thank you, Joe Giudice. Continue.
Hashtag facts. But like, I feel bad for her with everything that she's going through, but at the same time, it's like she lacks the ability to look at other people's situations. Like,
Teresa?
Yeah, you would have if Margaret, if Jackie went after your kids, you would have done the same thing Margaret did. So for you to be mad at Margaret for doing something you realistically probably would have done is just like...
I think they're just playing it out and holding it on for the show. It's like, how can you still be mad about that? You're not even friends with Danielle.
Yeah, to me that's like... And then also hearing her say that she doesn't regret defending Danielle for so long, like, I'm like, girl, really?
I know. Like, we've gone through this with Teresa where we're like, really, Tree? Like, come on. You know, we've gone through this. I just feel like we understand her. So it's like, we know what she's doing and we're just like, ugh, that's her just being Teresa.
It is.
Hopefully she'll like snap out of it, and by the third reunion, she'll be like, okay, Margaret, like, I'm sorry. I messed up. Can we be friends? Because Margaret is a good friend, I feel like.
Margaret's a great friend. Like, I would love to have Margaret as a friend.
Man.
And I think, I mean, I really do. I mean, I've been seeing them on social media together. Like, I think Dolores hosted like a dinner party.
Don't you love Dolores? Just like the voice of reason from New Jersey.
But she also is a Teresa apologist. Like, I love Tree.
Yeah, but I feel like out of everyone, she holds the fire to the feet mostly. She's like, Joe's gonna ask for spousal support.
Oh yeah, she'll call her on that stuff. Like, but I also just don't think that she like okay. I love Teresa. Like, I feel like I sound like I don't, but I really do. I love her. I think she's a great mom. I think she's a great housewife. But I think that, like, with the whole Margaret finding out about the hair pool and Teresa being the instigator of it all, like, Dolores not
calling her on it?
Yeah. Like, you know, and instead being like, look, she sold you out. Like, placing the blame on Danielle.
Yeah.
You know?
That's an Italian gangster thing, though. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, girl, she told on you. We need to whoop her ass. You know what I mean? It's not even like, wait, you did what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get it. I think it's a very Italian thing. It's Jersey. It's Jersey. These people are crazy.
I love these girls.
I'm not mad
I think
at
this
it.
season has been phenomenal, too, by the way.
Let's pull up the photo of Danielle refusing to come out. And then we see that she comes out and she's placed in the corner.
I love that they put her on a chair. Like, that is shade to the 10th
Nobody
degree.
puts baby in the corner. Actually,
that.
we do. And her name is Danielle Staub, and she goes, in the corner.
Love it. Love every second. Can't wait
She's
to watch
like,
it tonight.
I started this. Okay, like another Vicki Gunvalson over
Yeah,
here. She's
like,
like, I've been here from the beginning. It's not a demand. I mean, no, she's like, it's a demand. It's not a request. I want to sit next to Andy. Andy's like, what?
Yeah, no,
I'm
thank
not
you.
getting up. Get a
no.
chair for her on the side.
What are your thoughts of Jennifer this reunion?
Okay, can you stop talking, Jennifer? Can we hear somebody else talk?
I agree.
And this is coming from me, who has a big mouth, who never shuts up. Sometimes you just gotta let the other person finish the sentence and then interject.
And then just not even butting in on things that don't pertain to you.
Thank you.
Jackie and Dolores talking about how their friendship has grown and that they're in a good place. I don't need to hear your 2 cents about it.
Thank you.
Don't need to know.
Don't
do
get me
not care.
wrong. I think she's a fabulous housewife because she's great for the show. She puts up argument. She's strong-minded. She has opinions. Everything that qualifies her to be a great, shady housewife. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. But you also need to calm down.
Yeah.
You need to calm down.
It's like she took
You're doing too much.
drank 10 Red Bulls or something before coming out on
It's a
stage.
lot.
I couldn't deal.
I just want her, this might sound a little weird, but I just want Jennifer to just be a little bit more cool with the relationships on the females on the cast, because I want you to showcase that to your daughter.
Yeah.
You know, like having female relationships are important. You know, females have to support each other. So I really hope that her, Jackie, and whatever, I hope they all come together. Get together already.
And her and Margaret, that's a really good point that you brought up. Because like you have this whole thing going on with your daughter all season long, and female relationships and friendships. Yet it seems like a lot, like the Sorry Not Sorry shirt and
not good.
Jersey
No.
Shore. Like, what was
funny
the
for
point?
like half a second.
Yeah, but like also like you're a role model to your daughter, like, and that's not.
And she's doing such a good job with like the exposing of like the gay brother and everything, and like holding her mom accountable. So good, such good conversations that we need to be seen on television. I'm telling you, I like Jennifer. I just want her to calm down.
I agree. I like Jennifer too.
Let's move on
a lot
to Vanderpump Rules. Oh my God.
I feel like
Let me just tell you, I'm so glad my boyfriend is not on Instagram. You liked her photo. Oh, and you gave her a Pride t-shirt. Like, if I gave someone a Pride t-shirt, he would never know. He would not know how to find some random dude on Instagram. Like, this is too much.
Okay,
like,
so I
this
think
is a modern day relationship problem.
It really is. Thank God I'm not single. But I think the bigger thing is that, and maybe I'm just speaking for myself.
He's a fuckboy?
He is. But the new cast members gotta go.
No, I don't like them either.
They don't need
but
to be
I'm
here.
not liking the old cast members as well right now either.
Oh, they're bringing it. Well, see, that's my thing. Is the new cast members are taking too much time out of the old cast members' storylines, that things aren't really being contuitive, and I'm not getting.
Doesn't it feel like 2 different shows?
2 different shows. I'm not getting enough James Kennedy. I'm not getting enough Stassi.
Thank you.
I'm not getting enough real Sheena. I don't need to see Sheena acting like she's really involved with these little punks.
Yeah,
like,
I want to see her going after guys and being desperate and thirsty as usual.
Not with Matt. Like, I just, like, this makes absolutely no sense. I don't care about Charlie. I'm sorry. When she said that she doesn't eat pasta because pasta makes people fat,
I never want to see her on screen
deal
again.
with it. Like, I can't deal with these new cast members.
Thank you.
And they're just taking away from the
But
story and
Dana,
the meat of what is actually what we care about.
I like Dana though.
She's cool.
Even though it took her weeks to find out that Max is a fuckboy. Hello, he messaged Sheena and he uses his Apple Watch every day knowing that Sheena gave to him. And I know, I saw you on Watch What Happens Live and you're like, who cares? It's a freaking Apple Watch. Like, who's not going to wear their Apple Watch every day? Like, I get it. I get it. I'm just saying, girl, when you're holding them and kissing them, look down and look at that watch. It's just a little reminder.
I agree. I totally understand what she was coming from, but then also, like, yeah, you should have seen the signs. But I also hear her when she's saying, you know, if he is a fuckboy, I want to see it for myself and not from somebody like.
I get it, but you're on a reality show, girl. Like, you know, they're all telling you this for a reason.
Yeah, I do like Dana. I think if
Everybody else, though, is like so annoying.
So annoying. Either they do a complete spinoff and give me the OGs and,
without
keep
Jackson Brittany.
Okay, I love, I don't.
Stop! Oh my God! Do not say you love Jack. Oh my God.
I love Brittany.
Oh God.
I love Brittany.
Don't you think that Kentucky is just gone and she's Hollywoodized?
No, I don't. And I think that's why they kept the pastor for as long as they did.
Because she's really...
Because she's conflicted between two worlds. I think, and see,
she did say that. She's like, I live in Kentucky where we all have this bubble. Then I come to LA and see all these gay people.
Like, I think I have a different perspective of them just because my boyfriend's from West Virginia. So I know, which is the neighboring state of Kentucky. So I know, and I've met these people. Like, they're kind people. And I understand where she was coming from. I do. And I also think, and I mean, I don't know what you've discussed previously.
What about like her Googling the pastor and all those tweets? You can't ignore that.
If they really had a conversation with the pastor, which they said they did, and they had a thorough conversation with him, and said that we don't feel this is okay, and he said, I don't believe this or my views have changed because what was that, like 7 years ago?
No, it was like 7 months ago, girl.
They resurfaced 7 months ago, but weren't they older?
He was just tweeting something a couple months ago. That's why all the people are pissed off about it.
I get it. But if he said those things and they talked about it, they had a thorough conversation about it, and they felt like, yes, this is a family friend of mine, because it's not just some random priest that they picked out of a Kentucky church. Yeah. Like, this was a family friend of hers. So she knows this person. She feels like she knows his heart.
He didn't even come to the wedding.
Okay. If he felt like that if they felt like they've resolved something, that's fine. My issue with Tom and Ariana was that I felt like they should have said something months ago prior to cameras rolling. Like when they showed the flashback of all the girls on Watch What Happens Live, and the question got brought up about
what was supposed to do? Ariana just rip her right there on live TV and be like, Brittany, you're a homophobe, blah blah blah. Yeah, I know.
I know. Wait for the season to start to call them out 2 weeks before the wedding.
I know what Ariana's dealing with though. Like sometimes people, like you're in a room with straight people and they're saying things that they probably don't even know are homophobic.
You don't have to do it on live TV. That's my point. Is like. That conversation was had. I felt like that was the perfect moment after the show, on the flight home, going to dinner.
How do you know they didn't,
a private moment. Because they didn't say, they said that this was the only time in which, and Ariana and Tom never said that they talked to them about it prior to the time that they brought it up on camera. So like my thing is it bothered you so much, which I do believe it did bother them so much.
Yeah.
Why did you wait until you guys were filming the season to bring it up on camera? It felt calculated. That's how it felt to me. Because if it really bothered me, I would have said something off camera after the show aired. Because I would have thought, okay,
I see your point.
This is a perfect time to bring it up. Like, let me just like, hey, Brittany, you know what? When Andy asked you this, like, I actually want to let you know, like, what that priest said really bothers me. And like, to be standing by your side at your wedding, like, I just want to make sure that you're making the right decision or whatever. Like, just like, I felt like that was the perfect time to bring it up.
I feel like she would have been like, I don't see nothing wrong. Like, it's his beliefs, not mine. Like, I could hear them. I think Jax actually said that. Like, I understand what you're saying. I'm just not taking it to that level because I don't believe that they're good people deep down. Like, Jax is not a good person. Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
He cheated on his now wife with a grandmother in an old person's home having sex with her while somebody else was like paraplegic in the next bed.
I
Come on.
Horrible circumstances, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I think he's a bad or good person. I don't know. I like Brittany. I think she seems sweet. I love all the other OGs. I'm having an issue with Tom and Ariana this season.
I am not. I want to celebrate Tom and Ariana. I think they're the real allies, and I feel like everybody else is a schmuck. Like Schwartz lost his marriage certificate. Why am I not surprised by this? So you guys are not even married? Stassi loves murder. Once again, like, wow, so basic. Wow, you love murder and like murder stuff on Netflix? Wow, so does the whole country. I mean, like, we all watch Making of a Murderer. We all watch all the Netflix murder shows. Like, you're not that special.
She's built a brand off being basic. I mean, she's by far the most successful VPR cast
The only thing that me and Stassi have in common is that we both have pancake asses.
I don't know. I think I think that Tom and Ariana are definitely playing the high horse in a lot of these situations.
But they are higher than them.
I don't think so.
I do.
I
feel like Tom Sandoval is the heart of the show. He is the heart of the show. He's
totally
a good person.
And what validates him to be a good person to you? Like, I feel like I know absolutely nothing about Tom Sandoval.
You don't?
What is there to know about Tom Sandoval? What personality? Like, I don't, like, he likes to dress up. He likes to do costume parties. He's
a musician. He loves his girlfriend. He supports his girlfriend.
Does Beau not love his girlfriend?
Yeah, but...
But you just don't find him interesting?
I like Beau. I just think now he's capitalizing on the Stassi relationship, so he's just, like... jumping on the train, forgot everything about here in California. Like, I
totally disagree.
I don't think Beau's like thinking about Beau right now. Beau's like, it's about Beau and Stassi right now. Like, the time is hot. We got to capitalize it. We need to make as much murder and ranch money as we can.
I totally
And
disagree.
I'm just like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem. It's just not about them.
I like them.
I think Katie's a horrible person too.
Oh my gosh, we're just like on opposite islands of Vanderpump Rules.
I can't with Katie. She's horrible. The orange hair, all her trash talking for years, her hypocrisy, like the defaming of her husband's penis. Like, I would not be married to you if you talked like you did about my penis to everybody in the world.
I mean, I think that was definitely not something she should have said about Schwartzy.
So everything that I'm saying that I'm like, this is why I don't like him, you're like, well, that's fine. Jax did it with that old lady. It's fine.
I'm not saying it's fine. I'm just saying he seems as if he turned a corner. I'm going to take it as face value. He seems as if he's being loyal to Brittany. Have we seen anything otherwise?
He better be.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to, he changed. I'm going to take him at that. He changed.
Stop. He changed.
I'm going to take him at that, but I'm not saying he's a good person. I'm not saying that. I don't know him well enough. I don't know him at all. I'm not well enough.
Well, we're not all sitting here acting like we know them. Like, they live down the street from us, but we're not talking about that. This is an entertainment show as well, and we're on a show, and they're on a show, and they are a public figure, so we're going to talk about them. Just like you guys can comment on the YouTube video below. Let them know. They don't know what they're talking about. Like, I'm just saying from what I've seen on the show, Jax doesn't seem like Jesus Christ to me.
Oh,
sorry.
No, he's not, and I'm not
Tom
saying
and Ariana seem like way better people to hang out with and mesh with than Jax and Brittany.
See, and I disagree.
You'd rather hang
out with Stassi and Katie.
Okay, that's not what I said. Hang out with Jax and Brittany or Tom and Ariana?
Yeah, Brittany.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Chelsea! Chelsea!
I love Brittany.
No!
I think she's so cute.
What did you think about Lisa showing up to the... the party?
I thought it was really sweet. I feel like...
But I'm waiting for you to say what I think I'm going to say.
I feel like Lisa always has to make it about herself.
She's like, if I'm going to show up, I'm going to show up in Randall's private plane. I'm like, what a coincidence.
Yeah, it's just like, okay. And as soon as I saw, because I follow all the press and stuff leading up to it, so even before it aired, I knew she was going to be there. And it was just like... I felt like that was another calculated thing. Like, oh, look how great I am. I'm going to make it to their wedding and, like, put this in the press.
After my mom died and everything.
Yeah, I don't know. Lisa's another person. I like her, but I'm also like, you're very calculated in the things that you do.
Well, it's like playing chess with Bobby Fischer.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kyle Richards.
I, love her, but yeah.
Well, obviously, we can keep going all day, and we probably will after the show wraps. We have to talk about this Pump Rules. It's just too much.
I love actually
having I need to bring you back on my side.
I love having conflicting points of view because I listen to so many podcasts, and they all are, like, in agreement with one another. I like that we have different perspectives.
We always keep it different. We keep it diverse on It's Bravo Bitch. Make sure to tune in every Wednesday. The show premieres. I'm going to have a huge Bravo star. I'm HollywoodLian. It's my favorite day of the week. Chelsea, where can we find you? What do you want to promote?
You could find me on Instagram at C_S Jones. And I mean, I want to promote all the fun stuff that I'm doing producer-wise. So look it all up.
Look her up. She has an IMDb page. Google her. Google her. And while you're at it, Google me as well. Give me a little hit as well. Follow It's Bravo Bitch podcast on IG. It's blowing up. I got over 1,100 followers, y'all. So big. I'm so famous.
Oh my God, you're so famous.
I want to get to 1,200. I'm just kidding. So follow It's Bravo Bitch. I appreciate the love. We'll be here next Wednesday. I'm HollywoodLian. Bye, AfterBuzzers. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.